Hello, welcome back to A Path Forward. In today, we are going to talk about effective life. No matter which direction you choose for your own life, there will always come to a progress. However, not everyone is built the same. So, to better explain things, I want to let people be aware that everyone, no matter which direction you choose, there are three factors that's impacting you to move forward. So the first one is talent index, and the second one is time or experience, and the third one is effective practice. So for talent index, there are several components. As I mentioned, everyone is built different. So however, for a skill or for a practice, let's say, for example, I'm an engineer and there are certain things required to be a good engineer. So these essential skills will be what's considered as a talent for this engineering path. And so basically, depends on what you choose. You may need to consider your physical talent, which composed of like how fast you can react and make a reaction, and also like how well is your body control, and also how much energy you have, and like how much strength and etc. And also for certain paths, you will require several level of intelligence. For intelligence, there are like recognition. You are being able to identify things and also make a objective evidence-based analysis, and also critical thinking and do some calculations, etc. And also there are talent like emotions. For example, some people they can easily sympathize with the others or empathize, and also whether you can respect people, understand people, or encourage people. All of these are considered as intelligent as well. So all of these are considered as talent as well. However, because everyone is built different, so you may want to consider what skills or talents you have when you are choosing a certain path. And also, after you choose them, maybe because all the talent, and you may probably notice, they can actually be gained. So the talent index can increase. And also, to clarify what I mean by index, for example, after experiencing a same thing, for example, in a class, every student took the same class, attended the same school, but they are receiving the knowledge in a different speed. So let's say the genius one, they received all the knowledge maybe by index of 2, but for people who are having a hard time to gain any knowledge, their factor might be just a 0.5 or 0.8. That's what I mean. And this index, at least at the initial and throughout the life, they will be matters a lot for your progress. And why these matters? That's considered into time and experience. As I mentioned, for each one class, every student gain a different factor of knowledge. So over the time, day by day, you will see the difference between each student could actually progress to a much wider difference. And also, but however, don't be desperate for that, because as you can see in the curve here, the picture on the left, no matter who you are or how genius you are, everyone will be going through this same learning curve. As you, probably many of you have seen that already, there will be a flat stage where you learn a lot of knowledge, but you don't feel like gaining much. And then after a critical point, suddenly like get all things connected, and then you can move up, or like your skill level went up really fast, and then you hit the next flat stage, and you keep gaining and gaining and learning or practicing, and over the time, you will hit another critical point, and your skill set or skill level will went up again. And also, as you can see in this picture here, as you continue to progress higher and higher, usually they will require a longer and longer flat stage where you need to gain a lot of knowledge and practice, experience, or invest time into that in order for you to hit the next critical point. And there is where the normal people and the genius people can actually be equal, because no matter what, everyone is going through this stage. However, for people who stopped at some point, their skill level will just be set at there, while the others who are continuing to contribute or practice and invest in the time and learning, they will gradually catch up, and eventually they can even surpass those genius. Remember, all effort count and all times count, and time is always equal to everyone. And the next will be effective practice. So you have assured your talent, invested time. However, why people are still having a lot of different result? One of the thing is the practice they are doing. For a direct practice, that's like very obvious. Like for example, if you want to be a good, let's say basketball player, you will be practicing basketball stuff like passing balls or shooting and etc. However, there are also some other stuff that can contribute. For example, certain habits can maybe benefit you, provide you a extra like skill set, or while you are unconscious, you are still practicing some of the things. For example, let's say some people who likes to dance well on the side of basketball, and while you are doing the dancing, you always like shoot out your bodies and make certain gestures. That way your body can like gain some extra flexibilities over there, and then maybe some you can do a certain move easier than the others, and that's considered as like a intrinsic talent, I would call that. And depends on habit, you can also be benefiting or like being disadvantaged. So I would say if you really want to persuade a certain way or certain path, definitely look at your daily habit, and if there are certain things that really doesn't fit, maybe you can try to practice a different activities, or adjust your habit. And the other thing is called indirect activities. For example, we have a like well, all of our lives involves a lot of different activities. Just because we want to do something doesn't mean we have to stop doing everything else. And however, while we are doing these our daily activities, depends on how we do it, and they can also contribute to what we want to do. Here is a example, like for example, when a lot of you might heard of this story, Kobe, the basketball player, there was complaints from his wife that he practiced basketball even when he's sleeping. So sleeping is a indirect activities, but because he is still thinking of that, and so that contributed into his practice or his skill level or his progress. And that I know that might be a very vague example, but I think you see my point for what I mean. And the same thing can go with how you cook, how you eat, and also how you walk and running. For those of you who have went to military, you might be learned to like keep your knife hand, also like screaming out of your lungs and stuff. All of those they may seem irrelevant on our daily life, but as a military personnel, while you are in a combat field, all of these things will come into very important practice. Okay, so we have go through the talent index, time experience, and also effective practice for what I call the effective life. Why are these important? A lot of times I notice people who at certain different age, they may think, oh, it's too late, or oh, I'm too normal to do anything. However, as you can see throughout this course or through this video, even though we have different talent index and we may went through different lifestyles, and or maybe like one thing, one might be talently lower than the other. However, life is a like average maybe 7 year long game. So if you actually provide or invest into what you really want to do and participate, practice, just constantly doing it, over time, you have a high chance to outrun a lot of people, including those who are considered genius in their early days. Okay, that's all for today. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if there is any comments or any topics you want to talk about, please leave me a comment. Until then, see you next time.